Okay, so for today, this is the second lecture of your mathematics of investment. We will talk about compound interest. So last time we're done about without a video, without I discuss simple interest. But today, may video tayo for compound interest. So para makabawi tayo sa first lecture ng MOI, i-recall ko yung simple interest. Okay, so again, let's recall simple interest. So the formula I is equals to, capital I is equals to PRT, where I is the interest, P is the principal, R is the interest rate, and T is the time in years. Your A, by the way, if you encounter A, pag na-encounter mo yung A, S, tsaka F, isa lang ang ibig sabihin niya. So, I'm using F para sa final amount. I'm using A para sa accumulated amount. And some books or authors of this course is using S for the accumulated or final amount. Okay, so nag-note na ako na kapag nakita mo yung S, A, tsaka F, isa lang naman yung ibig sabihin. Okay, so A is equals to P times the quantity 1 plus R times T close. Again, where A is the accumulated amount, P is the principal, R is the interest rate, and T is the time in years. So kapag simple interest, lagi yan in terms of a year, okay, or years. Okay, now, for my example number 1, a bank pays a simple interest at the rate of 7%. So obviously, yung small r natin is 7%, which is equals to 0.07. Okay, so it should be decimal form. Okay. Per year, for certain deposits. If a customer deposit $1,000, so that's your P, that is $1,000, and makes no withdrawal for 3 years, that's the time, 3 years, what is the total amount on the deposit at the end of 3 years? So we're looking for F or S or A. Also, what is the interest earned in the period of time? So we're looking for I. So from the formula I is equals to P times R times T. That is 1,000 times 0.07 times 3 because that is the time. Okay, so compute that. So if you compute that, your I at the end of 3 years is $210. So this is the interest at the end of 3 years. Okay, now for F, we can use the formula F is equals to P plus I, the principal plus the interest. The principal is 1,000 from the given, plus the computed interest is 210. So that is $1,210. That is F or S or A. And this is the final amount or the accumulated amount. I'm using F, so I'm using final amount at the end of 3 years. Okay, so you need to box the final answer, but always box mo lang yung final answer. And this is also box kasi kasama yan sa hinahanap. Dalawa kasi yung tanong sa problem. Okay, so number 2, an amount of 2,000 pesos is invested. So your P now is $2,000 for 15 years. So time is 15 years. Your rate is equal to 6.5%. Decimal form of that is 0.65. Annual simple interest. What is the total amount of the trust fund at the end of 15 years? So we're looking for F again. Let's use A. We're looking for A, accumulated amount. So as you observe in example number 2, you are not required to show the interest at the end of 15 years. So we can use this direct formula, finding A as equals to P times 1 plus RT. So your A is 2,000 plus 1 plus R is 0.065 times time, which is 15. Now if you compute that, it will give you $3,950. Label it interest, no, accumulated. This is accumulated amount at the end of 15 years. Okay? Now, that's number 2. So, kung saan galing yon, yung formula, direct formula without I, you can use this formula. This is the derivation, no? From I is equals to PRT. It's the mother formula of simple interest. Your F is P plus I. Okay? Now, substitute mo yung I, the formula of I. Instead of writing I, write PRT because that's the equivalent of I. Then you can factor out P. So, P plus 1, P times 1 plus RT. So, dito galing yan. Kaya ka may direct formula. Okay? Hindi naman sa lahat ng pagkakataon hinahanap yung I. Minsan, direct, hinahanap ka agad yung final or accumulated amount. Okay, next. So, let's go to the topic for today. This is compound interest or earned interest that is periodically added to the principal and thereafter itself earn interest at the same rate is called compound interest. So, paliwanag lang natin ng konti. No, this is your timeline. Let's say 2 years. Ito yung 0, 1, 2. This is your time. May hiniram kang principal sa umpisa. Tapos compounded annually ang natin. No, pagdating ng 1 year, kukwentahin niya yung F dito as F is equals to P plus I. Okay? Now, from this portion, this time, magiging P yun. May tubo na. Tapos, tatakbo uli ng isang taon. So, kukwentahin nyo uli yung F1, which is equals to P1 plus I. So, parang ganon. Hindi ka mukha ng simple interest. Ang hiram ka dito ng P, diretso yun. Ito yung magiging F mo. Hindi ka mukha ng compounded interest. May example is annually, no? Maraming period of conversion sa compound interest. Pag-usapan natin mamaya. Pinaliwanag ko lang yung pagkakaiba ng simple at ng compound interest. Earned interest that is periodically added to the principal and thereafter itself earn interest at the same rate is called compound interest. Okay? So, meron tayong dalawang formula na ibibigay. Ito and ito. Okay? So, pag-usapan natin yung mga notes diyan o yung mga symbols na ginamit, nandito lahat yan. Yung where yung A natin is the total accumulated amount of money. Your P is the principal, which is also the capital, which is also the initial investment. Your R, capital, is the interest rate in decimal form. Or yung APR is the annual percentage rate, and small n is the number of times is the number of times the interest compounded per unit time. Ito, pag-usapan natin mamaya. T is time, or Y is the number of years. So, kung sa makikita mo, ito yung Y, ito yung T, and so on. Okay? It's up to you. Pero most of the time, I will use this formula. Okay? So, pag-usapan natin yung N. Yung N. Yung N, again, is the number of times the interest is compounded per unit time. So, pag tinawag na annually, ito yung annually, so N is 1, semi-annually is N is 2, quarterly N is 4, monthly N is 12. Alam mo na kung bakit 12, because monthly, there are 12 months in 1 year. And daily is 365. This is for ordinary year. If the problem states that you are dealing with leap year, you will use 366 for daily. Okay? Katulad ng discussion nung nakaraan. Sa ordinary tsaka sa exact interest. Okay? Okay, weekly is 52 and bi-weekly is 26. Bi-weekly means every 2 weeks. Bi-weekly. Okay. Let's have example for this kind of compound interest, but I will use one example. But one example showing you the difference between annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, and daily. Okay? Okay, so let's read the problem. So, find the accumulated amount after 4 years. So, we're looking for A. Time is 4. Principal is 1,000. Interest rate, capital R na ngayon ang ginagamit ko. Interest rate is, which is also we can use R, small r. Okay? 6%. 6% is 0.06. Okay, so using the formula A is equals to P 1 plus R over N raised to NT. So magdedit ako ng M equals NT. So now your A is equals to P 1 plus R, and instead of writing NT, let's write M. Okay, now nakita ko na. So this is your A. A is annually, based dun sa pinag-usapan natin. If annually, let your N is equals to 1. Let your N is equals to 1. So finding A, that is what is the principal? The principal is 1,000 times the quantity 1 plus the interest rate is 6%, which is 0.06 over small n, n is 1, raised to NT. NT is 1 times 4, which is 4. O, lagay ko na rin. Ito yung N. T. Okay, 1 times 4. So, simplify ko lang, 1,000 plus 1.06 raised to 4. And that is 1,262.48 dollars. Okay, so nung ikaw na lang magsulat ng interpretation, this 1,262.48 dollars is the accumulated amount at the end of 4 years using compounded annually. Now, kapag semi-annually, same procedure lang, but this time, you set your N to 2. If your N is 2, just follow the formula. Your A will be equal to $1,266.77. For letter C is quarterly. Set mo lang yung N sa 4. Kwentahin natin to. So this is 1A is equals to 1,000. 1 plus 0.06 over 4. Okay, but your M is NT, so 4 times 4 is 16. This is raised to 16. Yes, okay, good, 16. So this is, bantayin ko lang, gamitan ko ng calculator. So 1,000 times 1 plus 0.06 over 4 close raised to 16. Okay, so this is the value. I hope nakikita mo, no? Ayan. Ganyan ko sinusulat sa Kagyo para sigurado. Sinusulat ko ng buo. Kung ganito Kagyo mo, advantage mo yan. Okay? So, based sa computation ko, when my N is 4, the accumulated amount at the end of 4 years compounded quarterly is $1,268.99. Okay? Now, for monthly, it is letter C. Let's show when your N is 12. So, let N is 12. Bakit 12? Kasi monthly yung pinag-uusapan dito. If you set your N is 12, your accumulated amount, kung na bahalang substitute, but I will show you the value of the accumulated amount is 12. 1,270 or 1,270.49 dollars. Meron pa? Okay, daily. So, let's use daily. So, wala naman sinabi sa problem kung siya ay leap year or ordinary year. If there is no hindi na mention yung pagiging leap year or ordinary year niya, ordinary yun. Okay? So, let N is 365. So, the value of A is 1,271.22. If you observe, okay, as the compounded increases, yung value natin, yung accumulated amount natin tumataas. So, compare natin yung annually. Annually is 1,262.48. Pero yung ating daily, when N is equal to 365, is 1,271.22. Mas mataas. Okay? As you observe. Okay, now, so, ganun lang yung tinatawag na compound interest sa annual, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, tsaka daily. Okay? Nandiyan naman yung, kung hihilingan ka ng weekly or bi-weekly, nasa taas naman yung value ng N na gagamitin mo. Nandiyan na yan. Okay? Now, let's talk about this. This is continuous compounding of interest. So, the formula for that is A, accumulated amount of that is A is equals to P times E, the constant E, R raised to RT. So, as you observe, our example number 4, find the accumulated amount after 4 years. If $1,000 is invested at 6% per year, compounded daily. In daily, parang yung problem number 4 ko ay parehas ng problem number 3. Yung mga ginamit na, di ba 4, check ko lang time is 4, 1,000 yung P, rate is 6%, o parehas lang. So, ibig sabihin, yung 365 or yung A na hinihingi ng problem number 4, ay ito na yung sagot. Ayun, nasa taas na. Pero yung continuously, papakita ko. Okay? So, when your A is continuously, we will use this formula. So, that is A is equals to 1,000 times E raised to R, which is 0.06 times T, which is 4 years. Okay, so if you compute that in your calculator, dapat ganito yung tsura niyan. So 1,000 times E raised to quantity 0.06 close open or close. So kailangan ito yung tsura niyan. I hope nakikita mo. Hindi ko alam kung nakikita mo, pero ayan. Ayan yun. Okay, pag in-equals natin yan, ito yung lalabas. Ito na yung pinakamataas na pwedeng kitain ng pera mo pag continuously. Okay? So the amount is $1,271.25. If we compare this to daily, mas mataas ng 0.03 ang continuously. Okay? That is how to compute your continuous compounding of interest. Okay. Now, the present value. If you are looking for the present value, okay, so let's derive the formula for the present value. So, again, your A is equals to P times 1 plus R over N raised to M. Just divide both sides by 1 plus R raised to N over N raised to M. This is also 1 plus R over N raised to M. Maka-cancel mo to. And your P is equals to A over 1 plus R over N raised to M. Mayroon tayong pwedeng gawin dito para mas maging simple yung ating formula ng P is A times 1 plus R raised to N over N raised to negative M. So negative M, that's exponent rules. One of the exponent rules, no? Law of exponent. Okay. So ayun pala, nandito na rin yan. Pero at least na-derive ko na. Let's solve example number 6. How much money should be deposited in a bank paying interest of 6.2%? Your rate is 6.2%. That is 0.062% per year compounded monthly. So N is 12, T is 4, A is 20,000. Okay, kunin natin yung M, which is N times T. Is that 48? Yes, that is 48. So using the formula of P, which is equals to A times 1 plus R or small r over N raised to negative M is now 20,000 times 1 plus 0. Wala ng percent to. May percent pa yun. 0.062 over 12 raised to negative 48. negative m kasi yun. So, kwentahin ko ulit. So, that is 20,000 1 plus 0.065 12 lows raised to negative 48 equals so your P, verify this computation na always 1543.1.86. Okay, you need to verify this computation. There's a problem, pag kwentay mo ulit, ako isang beses ko lang kasi pinipindot at wala akong magko-correct sa akin dito while I'm recording this video, no? So tama naman. Okay, so you need $15,431.86 to invest in this information of problem number 6 or example number 6. Okay, so the second example, the same procedure naman will leave as exercise, and I will not give the answer kasi wala ako sagot dyan. Okay, pero madali lang naman yan. Parehas lang naman yung gagawin mo sa example number 6. Use the same formula. We're looking for the present value. No, if you are looking for the present value, you're looking for P. The principal, the capital. Ano pa yung isang sinabi sa taas? Aside from principal and capital, the initial investment. Okay? Okay, so now, for the time, so tapos na tayong maghanap ng final accumulated amount. Tapos na rin tayong magpakita ng example using finding the principal or capital or the initial investment amount. So, at this point, what if you are looking for T or for the time? And this is the formula, no? Okay, so medyo nakakatakot tong formula na to, but let's try to derive the formula. From P is equals to, let's use A. From A is equals to P times 1 plus R over N raised to NT, which is M. I will use NT instead of M. Okay? I will apply logarithm both sides of the equation. Logarithm of A is equals to logarithm of P times 1 plus R over N raised to NT. Okay? May property ang logarithm na kapag yung logarithm ng AB na encounter mo, kunyari, capital AB, that is the same as logarithm of A plus logarithm of B. I will use that property sa right members ko. Ito yung right ko. Okay? So, meron ako nakikitang multiplication dito, and I will use that property. So, logarithm of A is equals to logarithm of P plus logarithm of 1 plus R over N raised to NT. Now, another property of logarithm is logarithm of A raised to N is the same as N logarithm of A. So, yung exponent na yon or yung power na yon ay bababa sa harap ng logarithm. And I will use that dito sa aking second term ng right member ko. So, logarithm of A is equals to logarithm of P plus, bababa ko yung NT, plus logarithm of 1 plus R over N. Tapos, transpose ko to, I will apply additive property or transposition sa logarithm ng P papunta sa left. So, logarithm of A minus logarithm of P is equals to NT logarithm of 1 plus R over N. Okay? May property with yung logarithm. Pag nakita mo yung logarithm of A over B, pwede mong sabihin na logarithm of A minus logarithm of B. At ito yon. Ito yon. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay logarithm of A over P is equals to NT logarithm of 1 plus R over N. Okay? Divide mo both side by N logarithm of 1 plus Rn. So, same. N logarithm of 1 plus Rn. So, cancel to. Ito, tsaka yung N. Matitira yung T. So, what is T? T is equals to logarithm of A over P all over N logarithm of 1 plus R over N. Is that the exact formula? Yes. So, that is the exact formula ng ating T as you observe. Ito yon. Kung paano nakuha to. Okay, so may example dito. Finding T, no? How much will it take for 7,700 to amount to 21,100 if invested at 6% compounded quarterly? So, quarterly and is 4. So, pag binigyan ka ng dalawang amount, yung most of the time, o 99%, yung mas mababa ay yun yung P. Of course, it's the principal. So, P is 7,700. Your A is 21,100. Your R is 0.06. Diretso na, no? Your time is unknown. So, if time is unknown, the formula for that is logarithm of A over P all over N logarithm of 1 plus R over N. Check ko lang kung tama. Okay, tama. Okay, so, substitute mo lang. So, logarithm ng A, 21,100. Okay, all over 7,700 all over N is 4 times logarithm of 1 plus R is 0.06 over N, which is 4. Okay. So, pagka kinuha ko yan, logarithm of 21,100 divided by 7,700 close 4 tapos logarithm ng 1 plus fraction 0.06 tapos 4 close. Okay, pakita ko sa inyo kung paano ko sinulat. Check ko lang muna. Okay, so this is my sinulat ko yung buo. Okay, kung hindi kaya ng calculator mo to, dandahanin mo. Iwasan mong kung magra-round ka, use 3 decimal places para medyo malapit na. Mas marami yung places, mas malapit sa tamang sagot. But that is approximate na lang. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang lumabas na computation sa akin, 16.93 years. So, ibig sabihin ng 16.93 years. Kung yung 77,000 mo, i-invest mo, papuntang gusto mong maging 21,100, tama. kailangan mo ng using 6% compounded quarterly ay 6% compounded quarterly, kailangan mo ng 16.93 years. Mag-antay ka ng ganyang katagal para makuha mo yung value na to, yung amount na to. Okay? From this investment. 16.93 years. Medyo matagal, no? Or kulang-kulang 17 years. 0.07 na lang, 17 years na yan. Siguro ano yan, 16,000, 16 years and 300 something, no? Less than 365. Ganun. Ganun yan. Pero pwede mo naman ikunin yung eksakto niyan. Pero I leave it to you. Okay, just divide by yung 0.93. Ilagay mo sa exact. Your base is 365 or 366 kapag leap year. Kaya mo na yan. Pero this is good for me. Okay na yan. Hindi mo na kailangan ikunin yung eksakto pati oras, no? Okay na sa akin. 16.93 years. Okay? So that is all about compound interest. So pinakita ko sa inyo lahat. Kompleto example natin, ha. Hindi ata kompleto. Walang yan, diba? Practice it na. Okay, if you want to find R, this is included to your PS, include this. Given A is equals to P times 1 plus R over N raised to Rn raised to R T. Okay? So, can you find that formula for R? So, obviously, kaharap siya nito. Katabi siya ng T. At pinakita ko kung paano nakuha yung T. So, ang proseso niyan is, kunin ko na yung formula. Sige. Hindi ko napapaano. So, instead of magiging N may iwan dito, kung N ang may iwan dito, I will use different color para makita nyo yung transformation. So, cancel pa rin to. But this is now T. So, maka-cancel yung T. This is T. Ito yung N. Buhay yung N. Ay, saan ba yung R? Sorry for that. N pala yun. Hindi pala R. Sorry. Ito kasi ang formula kong mali. Okay, so erase tayo. Ginulo ko pa. Nasa loob pala yung R. Sige, subukan nyo na lang. Bigyan ko na lang kayo idea. So, hindi ka gagamit ng logarithm dito. Usually, gumagamit ka ng logarithm kapag nasa race yung kukunin mo. Manipulation lang yan. So, ang gagawin mo dito, para makuha mo yung R, again, kamali ako ng sulat, naging R yung R. Ito ay N, not R. Ito yung R na hinahanap. So, ang gagawin mo dyan is, gagamit ka ng logarithm para bumaba yung NT. Pag bumaba yung NT, distribute mo yung P, tapos mag-manipulate ka. Makukuha mo na yung value ng R. Okay? So, that is, I want you to show me the derivation of R from this formula in your PS. Hindi ko sasabihin sa PS yon, pero I want you to show that derivation. Meron ko nang nakita, no? Dalawa. Nag-derive ako ng T, nag-derive ako ng, ano pa ba dinerive ko? Ito, yung present value, na-derive ko rin. Okay? So, kung meron ka mang problem finding R at nakuha mo na yung right formula for that, substitution na lang yan. Madali na yan. Okay? So, ito yung discuss natin yung practice set nyo. Pero ano ko pa to, i-edit ko pa. Pero most of the problems are here. So, ito yun. Ilang problems yan? 12 problems for this week. So, set ko na lang ng 1 week, no? Gawin tong kung anong activity number, alam ko number 2, tapos midterm to midterm. Tanggalin to, gawin yung Mathematics of Investment, MOI. Okay, yun lang. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Mag-iingat ang lahat. Mag-aral mabuti. Kung may tanong, may GC tayo, may room tayo, doon kayo magtanong. No need to Google Meet kasi nagkaklase naman tayo online. Nababasa ko rin yung reflection na mas I don't know, no? Kung lahat kayo ay mas gusto niyo yung ganitong setup. Kasi yung iba sa inyo working. So kung kung tayo ay mag-live, baka hindi maka-attend yung iba. And take note that you can repeat watching this video hanggang makuha mo yung good news doon. Yun nga lang, syempre, sayang yung data mo. Pero that's the good news. Kung hindi mo naintindihan, balik mo. Gusto mong magkwenta, no? Habang pinapanood mo to, sabayan mo ng computation. Sana, no? Sa lahat ng video. And I want you to do all the reflections na sa bawat video kasi kasama yun sa activity na i-grade ko. Okay? Hindi naman kailangan mahaba yung reflection. Nandun naman yung guidelines ng reflection. Make it briefly but concise. Okay? Okay, so again, this is your compound interest, the second topic, which is done. Okay, so see you next video. Mag-ingat kayong lahat. Bye.